Hi guys, this is Beth Kane and I'm super excited to show you all the materials I got for my makerspace project. I'm lucky to have a really amazing room down in my basement that I can keep all my supplies, and I can't wait to show them to you. I'm going to be doing the Fused Fashion project that's on page 185 of our The Art of Tinkering textbook. I'm going to try to put a social studies twist on this. We are studying ancient civilizations, and I thought it would be fun to incorporate different elements of ancient Rome into my fabric. The first and most important thing in my makerspace has to be my computer. I need to be able to research and get onto my website so I can take pictures and videos to record what I'm doing, so I can share out and collaborate with other people, and also so I don't forget what I tried. If nothing else, I love to be able to listen to music while I tinker, so my computer has to be near me. This is my old cheap iron I'm going to be using to try to fuse my plastic. Nothing expensive, nothing fancy. I'm not really sure what effect burning plastic will have on it, but hopefully I don't ruin it too much. Here I have a bunch of grocery sacks that I've just been collecting as I go shopping. The book says that it takes about 6 layers to create a piece of fabric, so I've got a bunch of different ones in there. Some are broken, different colors, and we'll see what we can make from them. Here are my basic art supplies, things like crayons, pens, paint. I thought it might be interesting to see if I could draw on my plastic sacks to create a design before I fuse them. Also, these are just going to be used for basic decorations and just good tools to have on hand just in case. These are my basic sewing supplies that I'll use to try to turn my piece of fabric into a piece of fashion. I've got my basic sewing supplies such as scissors, needles, thread, pins. I went ahead and also grabbed some thread because I'm not exactly sure how this is all going to get sewn together, and I thought I might want to have some on hand just in case. This is my cheap sewing machine I've had forever. Hopefully it will be strong enough and it will work to actually sew my materials. If not, I may have to call my mother-in-law, who has a much fancier sewing machine than I do. I'm not exactly sure how this fabric is going to turn out. I think it's just going to take a lot of tinkering and seeing if I can get it to actually work like a piece of fabric. So what I'm going to try to do is make a tunic out of my plastic. And I thought it might be a good idea to have some bigger plastics just in case to kind of work with. And I really liked, I went to the Dollar Tree and I found some different colors that I thought would really pop. I liked the stripes and the seashells. I thought maybe that would give some cool designs on my fabric. But what I need is basically to create one giant sheet that I can turn into a tunic. So I wanted to get some things that are a little bit bigger. I'll probably go ahead and cut these up at first, cut some smaller pieces off of them so I can layer them and see what effect I have before I try to make a giant sheet. I wanted to get something that had a good green color to it in the tablecloths, but Dollar Tree didn't have anything like that. So I found these disposable diaper bags there, and I really liked the green color that they had. They're very, very thin, so I have a feeling it's going to take probably more layers of those. But I think that would have a really neat color, and hopefully I can do something with them. I loved these fake leaves I found, again, at the Dollar Tree. I thought they would be so much fun to put in between my layers of plastic and try to infuse them into my design. I thought they would be a great element and kind of have that Roman feel to them. Another thing I found that I thought maybe I could layer in was this fake onion grass. Again, I found this at the Dollar Tree. If I can't layer it into my design, I thought it might be neat to kind of braid it and use it as an accessory to my outfit. I couldn't help but buy these fake grapes. I mean, they just screamed, Rome to me. So I picked those up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to cut those and layer those into the fabric. If not, you can see I was already tinkering a little bit. I went ahead and cut one and attached it to a piece of onion grass, maybe for a bracelet or a pair of earrings or some sort of accessory. These are things I just had in my closet, so I thought, why not? Let's see what happens. First I have some just green tulle. If you notice, it's got a nice glitter shine to it. Thought that might look neat. Next to that I have just some purple ribbon. It's got a wire side to it, so I may have to cut it. but it's a really pretty purple. Next to that is just a polyester fiber. We used it to make pillows. I'm not sure if maybe I can create some volume to my fabric, but again, might be interesting to see what can happen. Next to that is, of course, just some bubble wrap, which they actually talked about in the book, layering that. And I couldn't help it because, you know, who doesn't love bubble wrap? And then on the ground next to those, you'll see I have some of those plastic cheap iron-on beads. If you have small children, you've probably seen those. Once you have them, they're everywhere. But I thought how much fun would those be to layer into my plastic and see if I can get little pops of color. So I know I've been talking about creating a tunic from a larger piece of fabric, but I thought it would be fun to have some accessories, and I found this really neat project on Pinterest that I posted on my blog, which is taking a paper plate and making a head crown, and I thought maybe I could use some of my smaller pieces of fabric or possibly even those fake leaves to create the crown. So those are my supplies that I have to tinker with the next couple of weeks. Make sure you check my website for progress, and I'll make sure to take pictures and videos showing you what works and what doesn't work and what changes I decide to do. Can't wait to show you what I create.